Okay, welcome back to this explainer. I am so pumped you're joining us today because we're slicing right into a seriously fascinating topic. We're doing a side-by-side, deep dive comparison of two absolute heavyweights in the global fruit market, Pakistani pomegranates and American pomegranates. It's honestly a brilliant way to see exactly how totally different agricultural approaches impact the actual food that ends up on our tables.
So, here's our game plan for today. We've got 6 rounds. Origins and varieties, size and appearance, the taste test, health and nutrition, price and availability, and then we'll wrap it all up with the final verdict. Let's just jump right in.
Round 1. Origins and varieties. Literally, where are these fruits actually coming from?
Starting with Pakistan, this place has incredibly deep roots with this fruit. They grow some of the most famous varieties on the planet. The real magic happens in specific regions that just have the perfect growing conditions, places like Balochistan, Killa Saifullah, and Shaman. And out of these local farms, you get these hugely popular traditional varieties, like the Kandahari and the Badana.
Now, flip over to the American side, and the landscape is entirely different. The vast majority of American pomegranates come from just one state, California. And instead of this big, diverse array of local heritage varieties, the market is completely dominated by one single, highly standardized commercial type. In fact, if you go to a store, it's literally branded and sold under the name Wonderful. It's kind of the ultimate example of mass commercial agriculture dialing in on one perfectly scalable product.
Moving on to round 2, size and appearance. Let's do the eye test.
Put these two side by side, and it's like night and day. The Pakistani fruit is usually on the medium to small size. It's got noticeably thinner skin, and the color, it actually ranges from this light pink all the way to a yellowish green. Actually, some of these local varieties are literally called Safed Anaar, which translates to white pomegranate. The American Wonderful variety, on the other hand, is basically engineered for the supermarket shelf. It's a lot bigger, with this super thick, deep ruby red skin. Because they're grown and packaged specifically for retail, they look incredibly polished and perfectly uniform. Every single one looks the same. All right, round 3, the big one, the taste test and flavor profiles.
So eating these two is a totally different sensory experience. Crack open a Pakistani anaar and you're going to find seeds that are unbelievably soft and juicy. The flavor is complex. It hits you with this perfect, refreshing balance of sweet and tangy. It just tastes really natural. But the American pomegranate, totally different vibe. The seeds are way firmer, a lot crunchier. And flavor-wise, it hits harder on the sweetness scale, but it's a very straightforward, almost sugary sweet, rather than that nuanced, natural tang you get from the Pakistani ones.
Let's look at round 4, health and nutrition. Let's talk about the hidden variables here. First up, the great news. Regardless of which one you grab, you are making an awesome choice for your body. Both of these fruits are absolute nutritional powerhouses. We're talking sky-high levels of antioxidants, vitamin C, and dietary fiber. But here's the catch. The journey from the farm to your kitchen plays a subtle but real role. Because Pakistani pomegranates are usually sold fresh right from local farms with way less processing and very little storage time, they might actually hold on to slightly more of their natural nutrients. American pomegranates, just by the nature of global mass production, often sit in cold storage or transit for weeks before you even see them. And because of that long wait, they can actually lose a tiny percentage of their nutritional value along the way.
Okay, round 5, price and availability, the literal cost of convenience.
With the Pakistani fruit, you're basically tied to the rhythms of nature. It is extremely seasonal. The prime window to get your hands on them is strictly from October to December. But the American supply chain, it completely engineers convenience. Thanks to massive commercial logistics, the Wonderful pomegranate is available almost year-round. You never really have to wait for pomegranate season to have one.
However, that convenience completely flips the economics. In Pakistan, when that peak season hits, you can buy an entire kilo of fresh anaar for a crazy affordable, totally reasonable price. It's the perk of local, seasonal abundance. But all that year-round American availability, that comes at a steep premium. Between the commercial packaging, the cold storage, the global shipping, you're often shelling out $2 to $3 for just one single pomegranate. Kind of wild when you think about it. Which brings us to our final round, the final verdict. Let's weigh these trade-offs. So, putting it all together, you're essentially choosing between two totally different agricultural models here. If you're someone who loves a complex, natural, tangy sweet flavor with soft seeds, and you love the idea of buying local, affordable fruit by the kilo during a specific season, then the Pakistani pomegranate is hands down your winner.
But if you prioritize having a dependably uniform, sugary sweet, crunchier fruit that you can just conveniently toss in your grocery cart any random Tuesday of the year, well, the premium-priced American pomegranate was built exactly for you.
At the end of the day, they're both amazing superfoods. It really just comes down to what you value most, that authentic, seasonal, farm-to-table magic, or the sheer, unstoppable convenience of modern commercial agriculture. So knowing everything we just talked about, which anaar do you prefer? Let that sink in.